Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am going to give you an update on my high fat experiment. Um, to summarize, it went great, and then it didn't. Okay, so I guess I don't exactly how long, remember exactly how long ago. Almost 2 months ago. 2 months ago now. Um, I started doing a higher fat, lower protein macro breakdown. Traditionally, I did higher protein, lower fat, try to keep things lean, try to get my body composition down, my body fat down. So I'd done that. I got down to just under 10% body fat, and I was trying to see how far I could push it. Um, Talked to Rob Sykes a couple times because he does a high fat diet for himself. In his competition, he's gotten down to 4 or 5%, something like that, 6%. I don't know, something crazy. Um, Doing his protocol. So we talked a little bit, and I tried it. At first, it worked pretty well. Got down to sub 9, below 9%, and was like, wow, this is crazy. I can't believe, I'm eating so many more fuel calories than I normally would, and I'm losing fat. This is crazy. I love to learn the mechanisms behind how this is all working. Um, on the flip side, so that was the good part, right? I tried it at first, it was working. What happened a few weeks in is I was eating the same total calories, okay? The same total calories. Um, and I started losing fat. So that was kind of cool, right? Same calories, change the composition, lose fat. Interesting. Even though I'm eating more fuel calories, right? There's a lot of things about here that's making me kind of think about things. Um, at the same time, I was hungry, like super hungry, right? So normally I'd eat maybe 2 meals a day, sometimes 1 meal a day, and be fine, right? Higher protein. Now going to a lower protein, higher fat, I was eating 2 meals a day, and normally I kind of intermittent fast, right? So I normally eat my first meal around 11 or 12. And my second meal is maybe 5 or 6. Doing a higher fat macro breakdown, I was doing that, but then around 3 or 4, I would get hungry, and then around 8 or 9, I would get hungry, and I was eating more. And I felt like in order to not have to fight the cravings, not have to fight the feeling of hunger, I needed to eat more food. So I did. Just wanted to see what happens, right? I want to see how this whole thing works. Now, I went back up, right? So I was eating more meals a day, more probably another 500 calories a day in total. And wouldn't you know it, I put on some fat, right? My lean mass stayed about the same, and I gained back to about 10 and a half, almost 11% body fat. Um, so, a couple things to think about for this. Um, and here's where I'm kind of some conclusions I'm drawing, some things I'm thinking about how this all works. Um, One thing, knowing that it is possible to lose an extreme amount of body fat on a high fat diet. Um, Understanding that in order to do that, you're doing something beyond the goals of lifestyle and quality of life. Okay. So when we talk about lifestyle and quality of life, we're talking about not feeling hunger, not craving things, not being super strict and counting everything you put in your mouth. And we're talking about being able to live a lifestyle that you're comfortable with. Okay. So for me, that is around 10% body fat. Okay. I can manage that. I can maintain that. I don't have to maintain that. I don't have to count my food. I just go shopping, get what I get, and eat what I eat, and I can maintain 10% all day long. Not a big deal. To get below that, um, I need to be really strict. Okay. So on a high fat diet, I think I need to be more strict, and you're eating less, so you're more hungry, so it's more willpower involved. There's more tracking involved. You have to be really, really specific and deliberate in what you're doing, right? Again, this is for beyond lifestyle, beyond normal health, right? This goal is beyond normal health stuff. So most people will never have to worry about this. but it's interesting to see how the mechanisms work, right? So if you decide that you want to go super, super lean and you want to do high fat or you want to do high protein, either way, this is what I found. Either way, you have to be strict. Either way, you have to really be deliberate about what you're doing. The difference is, I think for me, it was harder doing it on a high fat protocol because I was more hungry, right? So being more hungry, having to exert more willpower over what I was doing made maintaining that harder. So it can work. It may be different for you. Try it. See if you can do high fat, right? See if you can do high fat, lower, keep the calories the same or lower, and see what happens for you. For me, I don't think it's something I can maintain. I'm very interested now to kind of flip it a little bit and see if I can go high protein back to what I was doing, but track a little bit more, be a little bit more specific about what I'm doing, and see if over time I can creep back below, and then maybe see how long it takes if I keep doing that to get to that 8% or 7% or lower, doing a high protein version instead of a high fat, right? Because it still takes, again, the same amount of tracking, but you don't have as much cravings. At least I didn't. Don't have as much cravings that you have to manage throughout the whole process. So that's how things are going. That's how things went. I am no longer doing high fat. I still love fat. Don't get me wrong. Butter, keto brick, eggs, love it, all of it, right? I'm probably going to go inside and make some eggs in butter right now, but not too much.